The act of drumming without having a drum set or sticks. I'm talking about air drumming. Everybody is familiar with it, and as you can see, everybody does it. For example, I've done an air drumming sketch together with Hans Lieberg during his show Attacca, and the most famous air drumming sketch is from Rowan Atkinson and is called the Invisible Drum Set. In this video I'm going to check out if air drumming is something purely gimmicky and fun, or something we can take more seriously. This is Vibralph, and I'm going to play the Aerodrums. Playing the drums is awesome. You get physical independence, endurance and a great sense of rhythm. And in contrary to, for example, vocalists, you can still play with a sore throat. But there are also a few downsides to it. It's expensive, it requires a lot of space, it's heavy, therefore it's not very transportable. It's not like you can put it in a backpack and go to the next concert. At the concert itself, it's not like plug and play, for example with guitarists. And if you play it right, it's really loud. The developers of the Aerodrums face the same problems. So before we go take a look at the product itself, let's go see who they are. The Aerodrums is developed by Richard Lee and Jan Morvan. During the time studying for the video games industry at Trinity College in Dublin, they faced the same problems practicing the drums, well, Richard only to be exact, because according to Jan, he can only play the drums on the video game called Rock Band. After receiving their PhDs, Richard and Jan started Fictitious Capital Limited, based in Liverpool. The first glimpse of the Aerodrums was during a TV episode of the investment program called The Dragon's Den. But the big introduction was at the 2014 NAMM show based in Anaheim, USA. So what is the Aerodrums? The Aerodrums is a MIDI-based instrument which uses the same technique as being used in CGI and green screen. You've got a camera surrounded by a bright light, which reads the reflections coming from the reflector on your drumsticks and your foot reflectors. The movement of the reflector triggers the sounds. In this case, they used a PlayStation 3 camera, which you need to buy separately. Besides the hardware, Richard and Jan developed specialized software, a quick to understand program with easy access manual, and as you can hear, great sounding drum sets. Setting up the Aerodrums for the first time was proved to be quite a challenge, so I was very grateful for having the manual. It is possible to customize your drum set's placements and adding and leaving out Thompson cymbals, and you can even upload your own samples. You can record your drums into the software completely or each element separately, and you can even record your drums into a DAW system so you can tweak it later in, for example, Pro Tools or Cubase. Alright, let's check out what's in the box. Opening the box you will find 2 European hornbeam pelvic drumsticks with reflector tips, 2 backup reflector tips, a tube of glue, 2 feet reflectors, a bright lamp, the manual in the language of English and German, and paper sunglasses. Besides this box you will need the PlayStation 3 camera, a laptop with preferably 2 available USB ports, because the bright lamp uses the USB port for power. You could also use an iPhone adapter, for example. A table or chair to place your camera, and don't forget enough space to be able to sit 1.2 meters or approximately 4 feet away from the camera with no bright lights behind you. After setting up the Aerodrums, the first thing I noticed was how intuitive it played, especially if you are familiar with the technique of air drumming. Looking at the monitor you can see and learn where the hitboxes are, and with that I noticed the biggest flaw. A lot of times unwanted tones were being triggered, especially in the more cramped setups. For example, at the drums called Big Rock Kit, I had a hard time playing the hi-hat. Why? Because the hitboxes of the high tom, the crash and the rim click were way over the hi-hat symbol. I solved the problem by customizing the drum set placements, but it shouldn't be necessary. I skipped the play along function in this review, not because it didn't work, as you can see by many other YouTube videos, but I installed the software on all the laptop, and every time I tried to record a play along, my laptop decided to crash, so that's why. The Aerodrums comes together with a pair of sunglasses. Those are for when the bright lights around the camera bothers you. For me personally, I didn't feel the need for sunglasses because I'm not looking into the camera but into the monitor. And as is stated in the manual, the monitor shouldn't be right next to the bright light, but more like right next to you. So I didn't feel the need for sunglasses. Okay, let's recap the pros and the cons. Pro, it's quiet. When you put your headphones on, you'll only hear your feet touching the ground, which can be dampened by pillows, so perfect. The drum sets, they sound great. When you close your eyes, it really feels as if you're playing a drum set. The software menus are stick triggered, so no need for leaving your drum stool, also perfect. It's easy transportable, and with the laptop it's plug and play. Cons. Hitboxes can be tricky. It's not the real thing, and by that I mean the rebound you'll get from playing on drum skins. No bright lights behind you, so no playing outside or in front of a window with sun shining. And the bright lights surrounding the camera is very visible on videos. So yeah, the pros and cons. Alright, hierbij the conclusion. The Aerodrums is the ideal MIDI-based air drumming instrument. It's not just something purely gimmicky and fun, it's something you can take more seriously. Yes, the hitboxes are a little bit flawed, but after a few adjustments it will feel natural and intuitive to play. Yes, it will never replace a real drum set, and never even really replace the electric drum set, but it doesn't want to be. It will be the perfect third option. For example, you want to practice the drums, but even the sound of the electric drum set pads will wake up the baby in the room next to you. You're a college student and you want to practice the drums in your small dorm room, or you're a professional on the road and you want to practice the drums in your dressing room / hotel room. So yeah, Aerodrums, it's very transportable even, it's plug and play, so I really dig it. So Aerodrums, the third option, serious fun. Hi, I hope you've enjoyed watching this, cause surely I did enjoy recording it. Please let me know through the comments below what you think about the Aerodrums. And of course feel free to like and subscribe. This is Vibralph, thanks for watching.